right, and thank you for staying with us. We were just hot in the middle of a discussion about the stimulus packages and airplanes in the air and the difficulties and all the challenges. But you guys are, you're making some strides. Tell us about the Children's Summit.
We had a Children's Summit a couple of weeks ago, and we brought in experts from around the state. We had 2 of our national partners that we work with. We work with the National Alliance to End Homelessness and the National Family Homeless Coalition. And what we did was we're partnering with them right now on an advocacy level to begin to look at an agenda for homeless children in the state of Georgia.
Some legislations and
some legislation where we need to go. We will be having a conference in March of 2010. That will be, and what we're doing is we're taking the information that we gathered from this group of people and the panels, and we're seeking where we got the input from everyone. We even had 3 of our unaccompanied youth there who very frankly opened up and told us what the barriers were that they saw, what they were up against when they were on the street. And from that, we're building the agenda for the conference so that we're going to bring in experts in the different fields who will be able to teach or to talk about how we can better do what we need to be doing here in Georgia to
real
promote the
solutions,
self-sufficiency.
Directly directed at direct problems that the youth are experiencing, homeless youth.
That's correct.
And how you can make those
And
things.
our goal is to walk out of there with a legislative agenda after that we will be able to, and ideas, because when you go to the General Assembly or you go down to the Capitol, I've learned it's like, don't come in asking for something unless you can help us figure out a way to
come in with a solution.
Solve it.
What do you want us to do? Okay, fine.
And so that's one of the things.
That makes sense. Not just help me. Yeah.
Not that we're just 49th in the state. It's like, what are you going to do about it? This is what, for us to go in and say, this is where we are. This is what we're doing, and with your support and help, we can move forward.
And then you kind of have your little lobby that kind of goes around and gets everybody on your side.
Well, and a lot of it is to have people that in the communities of the legislators, particularly on a statewide basis, because our rural legislators in the rural communities, they have a lot of power, and when they hear from their constituents, people in their community, they really open up and listen. And I had a legislator tell me the other day that they really don't get contacted that much by constituents, which concerned me, because I thought, well, we need to open and promote that dialogue. And
that's probably would be. I mean, if you have an organization that's in that community, it's probably through that you could.
Yes. That we can start having, and that's what we want to talk about, is in the different communities, how can we go ahead and open up the dialogue and have the discussion happening, because nobody realizes that how many homeless families in children. We have 58,000 homeless children on an annual basis in the state of Georgia. And we also have an opportunity to be able to do something about that by everyone coming together, and it's going to take a real collaborative effort.
On the good side of this funky economy that we're in is that people are coming together. They know they have to come together, and they know that they don't want to experience this again.
That's right.
And what can we do to make it better for tomorrow, and that we never go backwards, within this. So we have a real opportunity for change, not just...
It definitely is. It's with everything, there's opportunity. You have to find the opportunity. And it's been, I'm excited because I see people wanting to partner and participate that haven't in the past. And so to me, that's very exciting. I see legislators that are beginning to understand, congressmen that we've talked with. That
they could be getting their pay cut too.
They're beginning to get it also.
I mean, I think that there isn't anybody this is not touched.
That's right.
That's right. Way.
So it's.
So you see the future being, maybe that there ends up being a nice support system for homelessness where we don't let people get so far down.
Yeah, because 48% of Georgia's homeless population, with a survey that we did, 48% of them are employed. They're underemployed and working for poverty wages. So it kind of dispels the thought and the idea that everyone has that homeless people don't work and
or don't try.
And don't try.
Yep.
It's, you know, a lot of them, it could be the person who's checking out your groceries at the grocery store. It could be the person who waits on you when you're in a restaurant. A lot of them work in the service industry. And you just don't know, because nobody wears the little tag across their forehead that says, I'm homeless. Yeah. And the children don't either. It's, you know.
You know, I think one of the great things too is we need to, you know, let go of that stigma. And I think people are all afraid of it.
Yes.
They're all afraid of it. So that's one of the reasons they don't want to look at it. They want to ignore it, but they can't ignore it now.
That's exactly.
Which is, you know, and I hate to look at it as a good thing, but I mean, what choice do we have?
That's right.
In order to get up in the morning, and organizations like yours, they're all over the place. I mean,
they
you
are.
Must be encouraged by that.
Yeah, and we have like I said before, 1,100 providers mapped and identified around the state. And we have several of them that we've done accreditation of. And so even if someone's looking for a place that they would like to just volunteer, they can call our office and we can link them with with an organization that would better meet their needs for
and
volunteering.
Also too, like you said, a lot of the churches, they just want to, they're going to see in their community direct people. How can we help these people? And they can call you.
Yep, they can call us, and we can you know, just meet with them and have some discussion and dialogue and brainstorm. And I think a lot of it just takes people to think about things on, you know, how you can get involved. The first week in November, the governor proclaimed it as Georgia's Homeless Awareness Week. We had a proclamation done on that. So it's...
Do you think stuff like that kind of helps?
I think, you know, at least it's someone admitting that we have an issue.
Well, it's all over our nation, not just Georgia.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. So, and that's another thing. We're looking at our surrounding states. We're all starting to talk about partnering because in Tennessee, you know, we share the same folks, and Alabama.
We can't share our water, though.
That's right. That's right.
Issue.
That's it. We share the same folks.
Maybe the one can help the other.
So that's another thing we're really taking, and the national organizations are helping us take a look at that as well, because it's been interesting because we open up dialogue and communication with each other, which has been really nice. And then you look at homelessness in metro Atlanta area is very different from homelessness in the rural areas. Just like homelessness in North Georgia is very different from South Georgia.
I'm sure. So you have to have all these different types of solutions. Well, I want to thank you for the work that you are doing. I can feel it's having a great impact, and I look forward to seeing what happens in the future with you. And if you have a nonprofit organization that you would like to have featured on our show, just go to peopletv.org and contact us, and we'd be happy to let people know how you're making a difference. I'm your host, Tammy Allen. Thanks again for joining us, and thank you, Catherine Preston.
Thank you. Thanks, Tammy.
If I look at the trouble every night on TV, I might lose hope, I might lose faith in the people I meet. If it takes a village, then the world is our town, looking out for each other, one for another.
There's a city in this country where no goal is too ambitious, no vision is too bold, no dream is too big. That city is Atlanta, and now we have a new dream, the Atlanta Beltline, a 22-mile loop of parks, trails, and transit that will transform the city and connect our past with our future. The Beltline is happening now. For more information, go to beltline.org.
The FBLA mission is to bring business and education together in a positive working relationship through innovative leadership and career development programs. I solemnly promise to uphold the aims and responsibilities of future business leaders of America. As an active member, I shall strive to develop the qualities necessary in becoming a responsible business leader.